Tonight, an inspiring story about a man who once weighed more than 500 pounds. He lost the weight with the help of the Cooper Aerobics Center and then ran the New York City Marathon.
Fox 4 Shaun Rabb speaks with him in this week's Here and Now.
I'm introducing you to a gentleman who has written an amazing book about his amazing journey, Rick Zaleski. Rick, thank you for taking time to talk with me. Rick, tell us, just jump in, what is the name of your book? What is the title of your book?
The name of the book is Half the Man, Twice the Faith, and it's written by Cindy Woods. I did not write the book. I cannot write. Cindy Woods was the writer, and she worked with me for basically a year to get it all done.
At one point, you weighed how much, Rick?
538 pounds. In October 2000, I walked into the Cooper Aerobics Center, and I was 538 pounds.
And in the next 2 years, you lost how much weight?
I lost 300 pounds from 2000 to 2002, and I got down to 238 pounds. And then everything changed. I met my wife on a blind date. We got married in 2003. We had 3 kids, Owen, Henry, and Meg.
It's a book about everything that happened to you that caused food to be your solace, in a way, your medication for the pains of life. Am I right?
Yes, yes. So the book, I opened up my life. I told everything that happened to me because I want to help people. I want to help people, and I couldn't. I thought the best way to help people is to open my life and tell even the most embarrassing things that happened to me during the period when I was gaining the 300 pounds. Whatever I went through, you know, weighing all that weight, I'm sure other people went through the same stuff, and I just want them to relate to me and look at my story and look how I partnered with God to help me lose all this weight, that if I can lose 300 pounds, then they can lose 10 pounds or 20 pounds. And it's not even about weight loss. Whatever challenges they're facing in life, whatever they're trying to do, that they can accomplish that. If I can accomplish 300 pounds, keep it off for 20 years, run a marathon, and then I'm really proud of the last 2 years when I slipped, okay, and I got back up to 315 pounds in May of 2022, and then from May of 2022 to now, I'm down to 202 pounds, so I've lost another 100 pounds. And we tend to forget that there is something that can help you, and that's why we wrote the book, because we really want people to understand that there is a God, and that if you put your faith in him, he can get you through a lot of difficult times. You
will find yourself at some point in your life, past or present, in the pages of this book. Your story parallels our lives in many ways.
It does. I mean, I go from weight and the problems growing up, and with alcohol in my family, and even drugs in my family, and I talk about my financial problems, about filing bankruptcy. Hopefully, one of the things they'll get out of the book is that I never gave up. Regardless of what was going on in my life, I never gave up. Even 2 years ago, when I was 300 pounds and I was worried about going back up to 500, and I was sitting at Target, and I was going in there and grabbing 2 pieces of cheesecake and sitting in my car and eating the cheesecake and throwing the wrappers away and throwing them in the dumpster so nobody knew I was eating that cheesecake. Even as bad as that was, I never gave up. And so if whatever problems you're going through in life, please never give up. There's always someone there to help you. If it's friends, it's family, your faith, all those people can help you get through whatever you're going through.
Rick Zaleski, Half the Man, Twice the Faith, the name of the book that you have written, and it's going to be a great blessing and encouragement to many. Thank you.
Thank you, and I want to really thank you, and I want to thank everybody at Fox, you know, for doing this for me. I think it will help some people by hearing my story, and believe me, and I want to get this point out too. The book is not about making money. It is not about making money. It's about getting people to hear my story and to believe and help themselves. I just want to help people.
Yep, it's about you can do it too. The book, Half the Man, Twice the Faith, is available on Amazon and at barnesandnoble.com. There will be a book signing event April 28th from 1 to 3 p.m. at Half Price Books at Northwest Highway and Central Expressway.